introduce.
Okay, so hello, I'm so excited to be here today. I have a special, extraordinary person with me here. And I'll just
Uh,
allow him to introduce himself.
my name is Maccarthy Mac-Gbathy, co-founder and director of Hopin Academy in Tamale here. Yeah.
So, Maccarthy, tell me about Hopin Academy. What's Hopin Academy all about?
Okay, Hopin Academy, I'm just going to pick it from the foundation. It was set up to actually build a bridge between the formal education and informal education, in a sense that the formal education is too structured and everything is structured, and it doesn't allow creativity and innovation and people to work towards their interest and their passion. So Hopin actually was set up to actually work with young people towards their passion and their interest, where they come into the space, our facility, and actually we train them towards what exactly the special courses and the special things they want from their life. It could be film, it could be how to make a film, it could be how to tell a story, it could be how to design a website, it could be how to use social media for marketing, it could be photography or something. So that was what Hopin was set towards, to actually create a bridge between formal education and informal education, and what is missing between the formal education system in Ghana.
Wow, that's very interesting. And why the name Hopin Academy?
All right, we feel like in tertiary, I did marketing and communication in the polytechnic, and usually when you go for a lecture, you are seated in a chair. You have to spend like 4 hours listening to one lecturer all the time till he's done, and you are all looking at this way, and he's in front with his tie and his suit, and he's talking. And there's less movement, there's less interaction between your colleagues and you just have to listen to one person. So we feel like, okay, that is very structured and very segmented. We want hop into, like, you can come in, choose a course you want to do. When you feel you are tired, you can hop out at any time. You are not locked to one corner and pushed to do this, but you do what you want to do and you do it freely.
Good. And how old is Hopin Academy? Since when did you start?
Okay, Hopin Academy was actually piloted in 2013, and since 2013 we've been operating till now.
Wow. And what are some of the major challenges Hopin has faced? I mean, it looks as if you don't have major
Yeah.
grants or funding. And how do you survive?
Okay, challenges are challenges, and it cuts across. If I'm going to mention all, it won't finish though. But from the onset, we had to actually make sure we actually communicate what we do, our products, to the right target group, because the mindset of the people was very important, and the person coming in for our program, their mindset and preparation towards what they are coming to do was very important. Financial constraints, we always talk about it, but we didn't take it as a main thing, because we knew we had a product, and we had a product that had potentials in the market, in the ecosystem where we operated. So we actually worked freely, and we worked with our own finances. We personally invested into our own ideas, and because we believed in our ideas, and we actually shied away from a lot of grants opportunities in the past years, because we felt most of the grants had got their own policies and the way you have to actually utilize the grants and how the areas you have to put into the grants, and we felt like it will block us from being creative and being innovative as young social enterprise. So for 4 years to 3 to 4 years now, Hopin has actually not requested or applied for any grants or fund to run our place, and we've been running our place and sustaining the place with services that we actually deliver to organizations and professionals, and also services that we deliver to students and our consumers, our customers who come to sign up for our program. So we feel like my partner and I, or my co-founder and I, felt like we were passionate, and we feel like before we can actually build a very sustainable and very true product to the ecosystem, we need to work freely and work creatively. And to work towards that, we have to shy away from most of the grants that will actually, not limit us, but will dictate a bit to us on how to operate and how to work towards things.
Wow, that's very interesting. And that brings to an important question: sustainability.
Yeah.
Young people are creating ventures and organizations which in itself are not sustainable. But realistically, do you think that um, a graduate from school who is so passionate about starting maybe something like you've done without no income, no resources? How would somebody start something with nothing, with no savings?
I think
What's the easy way out?
I mean, the easy way out is what is within. When I say what is within is a passion. I mean, for 4 years and 3 to 4 years now, our survival has been our passion because for a for an organization to start up and for the lead people who have the idea and they started up have to be moved by passion because I mean, our sustainability, as I mentioned again, has been our passion because in all these years we've had challenges, major challenges, frustration, and we've been disappointed several times on things we want to do, target groups, the numbers we need in our program, the monies we expected to have in program that we did not have, but we have to pay our workers and we had to squeeze all we have to pay our workers but still run the program and learn how to reach our target audience was true passion. So I mean, in the few years whilst we were building this, the passion kept us going because we failed several times, but we came back again very strong with different angles of intervention to actually reach it. And for some time now, when you work towards your passion, at a point you work towards the great ideas and you learn a lot. And through that, our product became very sharp and it got to some masses and some organizations who thought that wow, these ideas have been really good, and we've been working a little bit on partnerships with some organizations as well, which has brought in resources available for us to keep on running Hopin Academy, paying people and paying our rent and sustaining this for the last few years. So I think if young people could actually shy away from the whole thing about we need funding. Of course, every idea needs funding to make it a little funding to make it happen. But if it becomes a primary focus from the beginning, then if you can, I assure you that if you give the young person all the money to kickstart it, they'll fail, because entrepreneurship and leadership things do not just come with the resources. The resources can be brought, but how to master and challenge your brain on how to actually use it to good use is one thing. But before you can master how to use and manage resources for growth and for scaling up, you have to start with nothing. If I say nothing, you have to learn with doing with very limited or nothing at all, but just working towards the idea. And that is what we hope young people will start. I mean, we started and we felt like, I mean, my partner knew a bit because he's much older than me. But I, as a young person by then, felt like, oh, in a year things will work very well. But a year passed and things were not going on well. And it moved on again after a year. Things were not like the way. So it's been a journey. You understand? You have to go through the journey. It's a package. The challenges are there and the success moments are there. And the success moments will depend on the passion and the energy you put into and the focus. You need 100% focus on what you are working on. You understand? Yeah.
No, so why northern region and why Tamale? Because most people are interested in being in the city, Accra, Kumasi. Why would you create something here? Because then again, the target and then the awareness, scale, and why would you want to just build sort of like your headquarters in Tamale?
I think I grew up in Tamale, which is one thing. I was born here. My dad is from the north and my mom is from the south. I've stayed in the south for a while. And living in the north, I fell in love with the north because it's my home as well. And I mean, there are potentials here. The only thing is that the young people need the tools, the platforms to exhibit the skill. The only difference between the north and the south is not about government intervention, putting his energy or his focus on one side. You understand? It's about preparing the young people to be able to see the opportunities around them and utilizing the opportunities. You understand what I mean? So I mean, I as a young person growing, I saw some of potentials here. I didn't see it beyond Tamale. I didn't see it in Accra. You understand? There's already a lot of things going on in Accra. But then you see so many young people here, and where you see the young people, there's potential everywhere. Everybody was born with a gift. It's not just limited to a few people. Some few people have not been able to know their purpose and exhibit it for societal good and their personal good or their self-growth because they have not had the opportunity or the catalyst to kick them and say, let them see like, oh, this is the space, this is a computer. A computer will help me do this. This is a platform where I can access information. This is, so then that is what we felt like that people needed this in the north, you understand? And as you know, it's the fastest growing city in West Africa.
Sure.
And I mean, slowly development is going up here. Things are going on here. All we expect is that there will be more investment into ideas in the north, because in the south there are non-governmental organizations doing their part, and there are investors also doing their part. So a blend of that is making the south actually strong. So we expect when the organizations, the NGOs are giving the good capacity buildings and all that, they also try to link investors into the system to actually build and invest also into the ideas, you understand? So I feel like the north has got the potential, and so far so good. Hopin has been sustaining very well in the north, thanks to the team and everybody on board, sharpening who we are and giving the services out to everyone.
So another thing I wanted to ask you, yes, Tamale is the fastest growing city in West Africa, but this too has negative effects like the rise of what they call Sakawa, and then
Fraud,
young boys frauds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So how do we really bridge that gap between young guys and girls who they really do not have skills that are employable, but yet they need to survive, and so they go into all sorts of crime? How do your social venture Hopin Academy bridges that? How do we make sure that we actually lure young people from these evil things, and then make sure that they find something positive to do with their lives?
If I see, the last time I was seated in a cafe working, and then there was a young guy who came to use the same computer around, and you realize that he couldn't speak good English. He was typing really fast and really good, and so I asked him, how you can't speak a good English but you type even a bit faster than me. He told me that he's been coming to the cafe all the time using the same computer, you understand, and trying for several months, and now he types very fast. He didn't have a teacher, so we call it self-directed learning. These young people have got skilled, you understand, but the only thing they are missing is that how can we use it for the good? Because if you have a skill and you don't know how to use it for good, then you turn out using it for the other way around. You understand? First of all, the picture of the northern region when young people started using computer was the traditional thoughts and the traditional thoughts of people felt like every young people behind a computer is a Sakawa guy. And then the young people started asking themselves, what is Sakawa? What is it? And then they also wanted to get curiosity, pull them closer to the computers more. And then they saw that this person was doing this, and so this is Sakawa. Then I can also use the computer. So instead of the traditional and our fathers and our mothers who did not understand the whole system to tell them, you can use this skill in this way, but then they frighten them. Be like, you are a bad boy, you are this, and you frighten them. But they still have them, but they are curious, young blood in them, they want to test it, and so they test it. So you can see a young boy being able to convince a very good businessman online, send proposals, send pictures. This is a good idea. I mean, he's got the skill to bring investment. But the funny thing is that he's doing it because he needs the money, and when he gets the money, he doesn't even know how to implement the whole thing. So sometimes I feel like you are really super good, but the thing is that you haven't been given the direction on how to use this talent. When you have a talent and you are not given the direction, you are not mentored and sent through how to use that talent, you at the end misuse that talent. So that is a problem here.
That's a very excellent point. I never viewed it in that way. Now another thing too is you must be some kind of like a different person, like different speeches, because we have a lot of graduates coming out, and you just graduated maybe a couple of years
last year. Yeah.
But you sort of like didn't go out, writing applications letter. What's so different? Was it what they taught you in school? Was it something might have happened to you that made you start this journey?
I think I won't say I'm different. Okay. If I say I'm different, probably people will run away and say he's an alien.
He's an alien.
Okay.
Superman.
So, or a Spider-Man or something. So the thing is about, I'll dive back to passion. Everybody has got this thing in them. I found my purpose, and I found my passion, and I had to, face all the odds and tell my parents I don't want to go and study this program you expect me to study, because the whole Ghanaian economy is tight. Parents are scared their children won't get jobs, so they say go and study education or go and do teaching program or go to the medical school or the nursing. I'm not saying they are not good, they are good, but I mean these are the places that the government has assured that when you come out you have a job ready and a salary to take, you understand. So it has pushed all these young people beyond their own passions to go actually in for some jobs, some courses that will actually prepare them for already made jobs, which is good. I can't blame them. Their parents are scared, but also it's causing a big hazard to the economy and the young people, because talents and skills that can be put into different industries than bringing experts from abroad and Europe to come and do the job, because we don't have that expertise here. These young people are built, they keep all these talents in them, and they go and sit in a program or a different course and study what their parents or what the society thinks is sweet to give them a job to do. But lucky on my side, I had the opportunity to speak to my mom, and she gave me the chance to actually go beyond what she expected me to, or the family expected me to go and do. And so I followed my passion. Slowly I followed my passion, and it has led me to wherever I am right now. And it's still leading me forward. So it's all about passion.
Tell me the journey so far. When did you start, and what was the process? Maybe in just a summary.
I think after high school, even in high school, I always loved to make extra money on my own when my parents give me chop money and or pocket money. I want to make extra money. So when I come from school, I go to the washing bay and work there. And everywhere I worked with I work because as a young person, when you see kids, when you give a kid 50 Ghana cedi, they don't see the use, you understand, but they want to have candies. So if you take 50 Ghana cedi from them, you give him a candy, he'll still take the candy. You understand? So that is how I grew up. I wanted to make extra money. It wasn't about how big the money was, it's just to make extra pocket money for myself. So after high school, I actually got a job as a waiter, and I was preparing myself to go to tertiary because I had some small problems with my results, and I had to better, the whole Ghana system, private exam and all that. So through 2 years waiting to better my results and prepare myself and working to save some money for tertiary, I did a lot of jobs. I did car washing, I did waiting, I did voluntary jobs. And through that, through bit by bit things, I realized this was the best thing I was good at. I love to communicate. I love to make videos. I love to tell stories. I love to use technology to bridge gaps, you understand? And then I realized that this is what I really wanted to do. But I got a bit confused because I didn't get the mentorship on which course can I go and do to make this happen. So I was given, for 3 months, they kept asking me, you are going to school, what do you want to go and study? And then for 3 months, I didn't know what I wanted to go and study. And then after a few times, I realized I wanted to do marketing and a bit about communication and all that. So I went in for that. But before even I went to school, then I was online. I was working for a Danish school and a Ghanaian school on their global program exchange. But then the local school in Ghana here had issues with communication with the internet. The students did not know how to use internet, and I knew how to use the internet and all the mailing system and all that. So a Danish friend that I served as a waiter, I was a waiter serving him as a guest in my guest house. He told me, I have these people doing this, and it's like you are good in communication. Can you do this? Because he sent me an email and I responded to him within 20. Anytime he sent me an email, I respond to him within 24 hours. So it felt like, okay, you have something you can help with. And I took the job. So I took the job and I executed the first year. It went well. I was given another contract for the second year. And then I had to go online to talk to a friend, one of the teachers there, about the students on Skype. And then he was delaying, he wasn't coming online. So I went on Facebook and I typed his name. I hadn't seen him on Facebook before. So when I typed it there, I had if you type Portia, you have hundreds of Portia on Facebook. and then I choose someone randomly. And then later I realized he wasn't the one. And then the person I chose wrote to me and said, he's sorry, he's not the one I might be looking for. But then I read on his profile and I saw that he likes the things I do. The things I do is like similar to him. He likes film, he likes storytelling, he likes technology, he likes innovation, creativity, entrepreneurship. He likes all that creative things. I said, wow, as a young boy, I wanted to do a movie. So I wrote to him and said, hey, can we do this documentary? Then we started speaking forth and back. For 1.5 years, we've been having meetings on Skype, on Facebook, on emails, on planning on a script. Someone I have never met for 1.5 years. Consistently, he directed me to books to read. He sent me on YouTube to learn how to use camera on YouTube because we wanted to shoot the movie, the documentary in the North here. And I had to direct it. And before I can direct it, I have to have some skills. And I couldn't go for a 1-year course before doing that because we had to do it immediately. So I had to self-direct myself, educate myself online with the online tools. After a 1.5 years, we staged an online crowdfunding. It failed, we didn't get the money. And so we said, what? Okay, let's push our own money. I did some savings whilst I was working. He had some money, he sent it down. Why did he send it down? There was trust that was built. For the 1.5 year patience and everything, there was trust built between us that he doesn't know me, I don't know him, we can put resources together. And we did the movie, the documentary. It wasn't a Hollywood movie or whatever, it was something wrong. But we were fulfilled and we were happy that we've tried our passion, we've done something. And then we sat down to evaluate everything. We said, well, we've done it, what is next? That is the question we asked ourselves, what is next? So, well, the industry is big, we need some time and profession to break through the whole film industry. But then we looked outside the box and we realized that for 1.5 years, I've been learning on my own with the internet. Within 6 months, I have mastered a lot of things, how to use the camera, how to find a cast for the right movie and all that. Then we realized that what? So many young people need this. So many young people cannot pay for a 4-year program in school, but they can pay for a 6-month program. They can invest in themselves for 3 months. You understand? They can learn how to use the tools and applications online to learn. Books are free online. YouTube will give you tutorials, all this. How do we build a program where young people can self-direct themselves and learn on their own when they can't pay for courses, big courses in school, when they don't have the money? So we came out with a self-directed educational program. We kept a question on Facebook. There was a long debate about it. And we saw that people were a bit frustrated about the formal education and how there is no creativity in it. And then within that year, I got admission to Tamale Polytechnic. And then I invited my whole department for a pilot. So I used my class and other department for a pilot in one of the cafes in Tamale. For a 3 months pilot, free of nothing. We invested our own monies into it. And then we realized that there was potential, that people needed the courses, they needed the program. And then we came out with Hopin Academy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. And so, tell us something funky about yourself, something very interesting that, I mean, the fun side of you. What do you like to do when it's not all about Hopin Academy? Can you sing or rap? In fact, you need to do something for us here. Either sing or rap or dance, maybe a zone to it, so that we see, you know,
okay,
the swag part.
Okay, well,
What would you like to do? Rap or sing?
rap, very real. Perfect beat.
Or sing us something in Ghana or something. Anything, but you must do something. Right?
I'm trying to think about something.
Well,
Sometimes
maybe.
I'm in a suit and sometimes I'm in a jacket. So I play both role of diplomatic and creative aspect as well. Let me see. What song? I listen to a lot of songs.
Your favorite song, perhaps, or if you're into hip hop or.
Okay, let me see. I know of. I sing in the choir in church.
Oh
so
goodness, yeah, that should be
I
interesting.
know the song. When I am down, my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burdens me, but I am still waiting in the silence until your will comes to me as one. You made me high when I can stand on mountains. You raised me high to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I'm on your shoulder. You raise me high to more than I can.
Wow,
feel.
this shows that you're so talented.
I sing in the choir. So,
It's been
yeah.
nice. It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you.
speaking to you, and I
Thank
hope
you, thank you, and I hope young people will read this,
I
see
hope,
this, and they get inspired
they
and
just get inspired.
yeah,
Final
yeah, yeah.
words to anybody out there, any shout out,
Okay.
any just
I
few
think
seconds
I think
to
I think
anybody
I'm
out
in
there.
my 20s. I'm in my 20s
Wow,
now,
it's
and
not even 30 yet.
I'm in my 20s now, God willing, and it's funny because time is very short, life is very limited. Sometimes it's not that I say I'm in my, I'm in my 20s, but I walk past a wall and you see people's obituary pictures and you see his image of his youthful age and his older age, and then you ask yourself and tell yourself, one day if God gives me much life, I'll get this very old, and so how productive am I using my life now? I'll tell the young people to have fun, to enjoy, but also focus on their life, and take care of themselves, build a sustainable ground, and when they become weak, they will still have somewhere to live and a good life. And when they look back, they'll be still happy. If I'm not alive today and God says that Maccarthy, I'm giving you another life, I'm going to tell God that, can you give me the life I lived before? Because I won't regret every single thing that I have lived so far and how I've lived so far. So all I have to say is that life is too short. Don't waste your time caught up in what people say you should do or what people think. People will define you, but you are the best person to know who you really are. It's normal someone will see me doing this and then they can say, Maccarthy is the best MC. It's good, it's beautiful, but the thing is that I know that I'm not the best MC. I'm a good talkative, I'm a good photographer, and so you have to know, young people have to know that time is not fully in their hands. It will pass so quick, so fast. I can still remember my high school days and my junior high school days. That means time is gone. Yeah. So yeah, have fun, enjoy. Don't get caught up. Don't get stressed up. At the end, when you get too stressed up, everything you are working for goes. Have fun and everything, but stay focused. And believe in yourself and believe in what you believe in. Keep the vim up and be passionate. More passion. Without passion, nothing will work.
Maccarthy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Portia. She's a great lady. She's dope.